Not that I'm not convinced in my own soul that I'm right, but as soon as it starts to be where we draw up lines and throw stuff at each other and cheer on our side like it's a baseball game, you see, we're falling back into the exact same trap we talked about a couple weeks ago. You remember the lifeboat illustration? No, lifeboat. You remember the old values clarification? You might have had them in school, and you have a group of people, and sometimes it's a lifeboat, sometimes you're getting on a spaceship, and you're there because a big thing is going to destroy the earth, whatever, and you have to decide who gets to go and who gets to stay. So does the lawyer get thrown out? Does he cap out the old woman? How about the freaky teen? Who stays, who doesn't? Yeah, there's the lifeboat. Thank you. The pregnant woman. Who has the value? Who do we keep in the lifeboat? Who don't we? We do the same thing with faith because we're sitting there making ourselves feel better because, wow, I've got this and you don't, so I have more value than you because I'm right. Jesus talked about this. Luke chapter 5 and verse 33. Luke chapter 5, starting in verse 33. One day some people said to Jesus, John the Baptist's disciples fast and pray regularly. So do the disciples and the Pharisees. Why are your disciples always eating and drinking? Okay, historical context. In that day, the Jews believed, maybe not all the Jews, the Pharisees believed, that they had spiritual merit, spiritual favor by the stuff that they did. By their fasting, by their prayers, by their religious behavior, by the tithing that they did, whatever. This gave them value before God. We don't do this anymore. Right. So, here's Jesus, who's supposed to be the Messiah, right? And yet his disciples aren't doing any of the spiritual practices that brought you favor before God, so God would listen to you. So they say, look, John the Baptist, his disciples are doing this stuff. The Pharisees are doing this stuff. Why aren't your disciples doing it? Verse 34. Jesus responded, do wedding guests fast while celebrating with the groom? Of course not. But someday the groom will be taken away from them and they will fast. And then Jesus gave them this illustration. No one tears a piece of cloth from a new garment and uses it to patch an old garment. For then the new garment would be ruined and the new patch wouldn't even match the old garment. That makes sense. Holy pair of jeans. You don't go out and buy a brand new pair of Levi's and sew it on. And no one puts new wine into old wineskins. For the new wine would burst the wineskins, spilling the wine and ruining the skins. New wine must be stored in new wineskins, but no one who drinks the old wine seems to want new wine. The old is just fine. They say, okay, what's going on there? Because we don't do this. Now, alright? So what happens is, they go harvest grapes. They would take the grapes, put them in a wine press, bring them down to juice. They would take animal skins that were sewed up to make a vat, and they would pour the wine, the juice, into the wineskin, seal it off. As the grape juice aged and fermented, it would release gas, and it would expand. The animal skins would then expand along with it because they were new and could stretch. So then you take the wine, you drink it, you have a party, you have a good time with your friends, you all hang out, drink up, you got this old wineskin. Well, there's some frugal dude who can't afford to spend any money, can't see spending money when we have this perfectly good old wineskin. So they take it and they pour new wine in it, new juice. It starts to expand. What happens? The skin has already stretched itself as far as it's going to go. On the ground goes your juice. Bad plan, right? What are we talking about here? Jesus is saying, look, this whole thing about what you do gives you merit before God. This whole thing of making your list and I'm so right and that person is so wrong is this intoxicating old wine. It tastes good. It feels great. It makes you feel good because there is nothing, I've said it before, there's nothing that feels as good as walking up to somebody and going, hey, I can help you because you are trying to figure stuff out that I already have figured out. And I know how to tell you to run your life and it'll fix it. I have the answers for you. It feels really good to say that. kind of obnoxious on the other end, perhaps. But you feel really good saying it. When you start looking at all the stuff that you've done or stuff that you believe and you say, man, I'm pretty good because of this stuff. It is intoxicating. That's why Jesus says, look, nobody who has the old wants the new, because the new is about something completely different. The new wine of Christ is saying, look, what you have has come from me, and I will restore you. I am the one to transform you. I am the one to make you new. It's not about what you do. It's a transformation of your heart that will transform your behavior. But you can't transform your heart. You can only try to work at your behavior, and in the process, become an annoying jerk of a person. Because you walk around going, I got all this, and you don't. Nanny, nanny. If you are here having been wounded by Christians, having had Christian jerks, or their lack of tolerance or their judgmentalism hurt you, I want to apologize, and I want to say that that's really not what Jesus Christ is all about.
Amen.
And if you're here feeling pretty good about yourself because your life is different, well, congratulations.